Hey folks, Laducium here. We are playing Conquer Club in 1789 France. So, what is Conquer Club? In case you're just joining us, it is an on-like, risk-like game. Risk-like, yeah, that's the word. Not wrist-like. It's not like my wrist at all. It's very different from my wrist. But it is risk-like. So you get troops, you try to conquer territories. It involves dice rolls. It is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. You play against other people, so we're playing against these three folks here. And we are playing in France, and let's take a look at the rules real quick. It's a standard game. Initial troop count is automatic as opposed to manual, so this means that troops are automatically distributed. Each territory, random territory, gets 3 troops. I think it's a random seed as far as who goes where. So yellow over here got lucky and got this territory, although I don't know how lucky he is because this is only worth 1 plus 1. So this is actually an interesting spot for yellow to be in. Alright, so yellow's over there. Play order is sequential, so that means we each take a turn rather than free-for-all where everyone just goes as fast as possible. Spoils are escalating, so every time we kill a troop or we take over a territory, we get a card, and the card is either a green, a red, or a blue card. So those are considered spoils. And in a flat rate spoils game, if you cash in 3 cards before your turn, so if you manage to take over 3 territories, you only get 1 spoil a turn. So if you attack, you take over a territory, that turn you get 1 spoil. If I attack and take over 5 territories, I would still only get 1 spoil for that turn. So every 3 turns, if you keep managing to take over a territory every turn, you'll get enough cards. And if you have 3 red cards, you cash them in for 4 troops. If you have 3 green cards, you cash them in for 6, and 3 blue for 10, and then a combination of red, green, and blue would give you 10 troops. I'm sorry, the blue are only worth 8, so a combination of red, green, and blue will give you 10, and that's in a flat rate game. In an escalating game, however, every time somebody cashes in troops, the next player gets a substantially larger amount. And I think it actually, I'm not sure if it multiplies. Yeah, so it goes, the first set is worth 4 troops, then the next one is worth 6, the next one is worth 8, next one is 10, 12, 15, 20, 25, etc. So these things grow really quickly. And the trick to this kind of gameplay is you want to hold off on cashing in your troops until you absolutely need to, and you want other players to have to cash in first. And here it says what the next spoils are worth, actually down here. So you want to make sure that the next player cashes in first before you, so that you can get hopefully an exponentially larger amount as fast as possible, and makes it real interesting, and it could really swing the tide of a game. So I mean, I could have only 1 or 2 territories left, but then cash in for 25 and just go nuts, and if I go nuts and kill another player, I get their cards, cash that in for 50 or whatever that is, 35 at that point, then kill another player, cash it in again, and so on. So you can really turn the tide of a game even if you're losing with the escalating spoils. So it's a little more random, but it's still a lot of fun, so it makes for a fun game. Reinforcements are unlimited, which means we can move troops to as much as we want as long as the territories are connected. So that also makes things a little bit more interesting rather than some of the other games I've been playing where reinforcements were either adjacent, so you could only move to one territory that's adjacent to yours, or chained, where you could only move once, kind of like Unlimited, but you can only move from one territory to another per turn. There's no other special gameplay, round limit is none, and round length is 24 hours, so I've got 17 hours on my round right now. And let's see what happened. Green went since the last turn, or since the game started. So here we have a little chat going on, wishing everybody good luck. Green went, green deployed 1 troop per territory, Nevers, Nice, and Anjou. So Anjou is here, Nevers and Nice is over here. So Nice, I don't know how to pronounce that. So green deployed 1 there, and then green just did some crazy reinforcements and moved all of his troops from here into this little territory, which is okay. And what do we want to do? Because I'm up next. So I've been thinking about this. Well, let's begin our turn. I've been thinking about this, and I have 3 troops up here. So this is going to give me, if I cash this in, or if I capture this territory, it's going to give me +2, which is not great. But I have 3 here already. I'd have to capture this, which has got 4 neutral troops, so I can depend on them not attacking me. But on the other hand, they can kill me if, well, I mean, I'd have to kill them, and it's a 4 unit here, so that's kind of annoying. However, if I capture this, because it's Isle de France, I get a +1. I don't know what that actually means. I have no idea where Paris actually is, so maybe this is where Paris is, or Versailles. I have no idea. But if I get this, so this will actually yield +3 total for me. So, or I could just try to capture this with all my troops for the extra +1 right away. So this is a good idea. This is also +2. So if I capture this, I've got 1, 2 here already in the territory, and I've got a third one here that I might as well use for something. So I have 3 here, kind of equivalent to this, and this gives me +2. Now let's take a look. Here I only have 2, and there's no way anybody's capturing and holding the middle yet, even though it'll give you 6. It's kind of a silly thing to think about. And down here I only have 1 troop, so none of these are viable options. So it's really between these 2. With this one up here, I would have to defend against 1, 2, 3 territories with 1, 2, 3 borders on that one, 1 border on this one, and 1, 2, 3 borders here. So it's a lot of defense here. With this one, I would only have to defend, I would have to still defend 3, 1, 2, 3, with 1 border here, 1 border, 2 borders on this one, and 1, 2, 3, 4 borders on this one, which is kind of a lot. So I can try to capture either one of these. Here's my thought process, and this is what I'm thinking. Because we can do unlimited reinforcements, because I have all these here, and because these guys are connected, what I try to do is I put troops here, and I try to take Normandy. As soon as we storm Normandy, we go for Germany. Now, as soon as we get Normandy, and hopefully I can get it in 1 turn. I really hope so, because red's going to be a pain in the ass. What I can then do is try to move all of these troops from wherever they are here into Normandy. So I can take all of these and move them here. And then I can distribute them. I can use them as a battering ram to take this territory. What I don't like is yellow is cooped up in here, because these 2 aren't going to be doing yellow any good. So yellow is going to try to, although he can't really do much on the first turn, he is going to plan to move these out. I'm just hoping yellow is going to go down here for the +4. And I'm hoping red will try to go down here because he's got some troops here. I might end up fighting red for this. So he's got some troops here as well. So I'm hoping it doesn't turn into me versus red or me versus yellow too soon. But I think this is my best move at the moment. So we're going to go to Picardy. Put 3 troops there, so I can just click there. And then I'm going to attack from there into Normandy and kind of create this bridge for my other troops to come up. So let's hope for good rolls. No money, no money, no money. Yes! Alright, great rolls. 5 and a 4 beats, so my 5 beats his 4 and the 4 beats his 3. And one more good roll, a 6. Fantastic. So we got Normandy. So I'm not going to attack anything else. I'm going to take this as a pretty good win. Let's not get greedy. So I'm not going to advance. I'm going to end my assaults. And here's the craziness that I'm going to do, and this will probably be a bit obvious, but end assault. Alright, so I'm going to actually keep these in Picardy, and what I'm going to do is move these guys from Artois to Picardy. Boom, because they're not doing me any good there. I'm going to move these guys from Flanders, Flanders, stupid Flanders, to Picardy. Alright, so now we've got quite a monster thing there. And then I can move these guys to Normandy. So look at that. So we'll move that. We'll move Poitou to Normandy. And I will move Bretagne to Normandy. So what does that do? Well, it opens up a possibility for red to take this. If he wants to. He'd have to, well, he can actually take it because he can reinforce from here, 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 and here. He can move everything into here, which he probably could have done anyways. I mean, it's a choice. Do I want to potentially leave red with the possibility of moving up here, or do I want to kind of hold them off and do something over there? So it's a tough choice. I think I'm better off getting this because overall I would get a better advantage from this territory. So I'm better off just hedging my bets, trying to take this the next turn, trying to take this the next turn, and trying to conquer this as soon as possible. Red will have to kill green in one turn. I don't know if he'll be able to do it with 6 troops. So he'll have 6 troops to kill 4, 1, and 1. So you'd have to get pretty lucky to take this over in one turn. Of course, then he can move everything he has, basically, because it's all chained together. He can move everything into here and basically be guaranteed to have this on the following turn and then kind of threaten me up there. So we'll see what happens. But this is going to be my turn for now. So we'll come back when it's round number 2. Hey folks, welcome back to round 2 in Le France, which translates to the France. So I won last turn. I moved a bunch of troops up here. Let's take a look at what happened since then. So let's go up here. I went, did my thing, and then Draco War, yellow attacked me from Venice. I don't know what that is. So that is right here. So venison, we'll call this venison. And so he attacked, but it looks like I don't know if he spent a lot of troops doing it because he moved a lot into here. But he got this. I don't know if his plan, I think his plan was to just get rid of me so that he can consolidate in here. But he's got troops there too, so interesting. And then red went and attacked Bretagne from Maine, which is here. So he he was here already, and he attacked that and got that one land. Okay, good for him. And then green went and assaulted Poitou from Anjou, which is here. So he got that one, which is fine with me. All right, so I lost a few territories, but that's okay. Yellow is still getting +1. So now my goal, I think, is to take the Isle de France in this turn, and then reinforce here. And yeah, and I'm going to get +1 here from that. And then that is where Paris is. That's okay. So that is where Paris is. And then I am going to do something. What am I going to do? And then on my next turn, I'm going to go for Champagne. And then I'm also going to invade this territory here, which is also called Champagne. And we'll see what happens. So let's begin our turn. Put 3 troops in Picardy or whatever. Picardy. Just like Jean-Luc. I'm assuming that's where it's so dorky. I'm assuming that's where the name comes from. And let's go ahead and assault this Isle de France. Okay. So I don't like attacking neutral players because unfortunately it doesn't detract from anybody else on the board. And he's got a good amount of troops. Shit. Okay. But I do need to get some troops there. So I'll move 4 troops into there. And I think I'm going to end my assaults because I'm not going to have enough to really go any further than that. And I'm going to move from Normandy to Isle de France. I'm going to move 1 troop. So that way we have 6 in both. And do I want to move 1 up here? I don't think red's going to go for this up here. There's not much for red in the way of gaining this territory. I don't think yellow's going to attack into it either. If yellow attacks red, that would be great for me. If red has this open, basically. So if red wants to, red can try to get what's down here. Or red can try to fight with green up here. So I'm thinking I might be safe. So I'm going to end my reinforcements. And I think this is the end of my turn. And I got a red and a green, which is great. I do get 2 extra troops because I have Normandy right now. So I assaulted that, conquered it from neutral player. But that gives me 1 extra troop a turn. Which is going to be very useful for me. So we'll see what happens on the next turn. And I am going to put a break right here, and we'll come back with round number 3. Hey folks, welcome back to round number 4 in France. I actually missed round number 3 It's Halloween, and I was just busy running around doing stuff. So, unfortunately, I missed that round, but if we take a look at what happened since the last time I played, so here I am missing my turn, then yellow went. Yellow conquered a couple of things from green, one thing from red, which I believe is just this area over here. Red went, conquered something from yellow. Green went, conquered something from yellow. So red looks like is going for this. Yellow looks like is going for this territory. And I have no idea what the hell green's trying to do. I think green's going to try to take the center, which is just ridiculous. He is pretty highly rated, so, I don't want to underestimate him because he does doing pretty well as far as stats go, so we'll see. I am going to begin my turn. I don't want to miss another turn. We get 4 troops. I will get the other troops at the end of my turn as deferred troops, so I don't really miss out on troops too much, and I didn't get attacked, which was lucky. Unfortunately, it does mean that I will get 1 less spoil than everybody else, so that's the penalty that I really get for missing my turn. I'm thinking of putting all my troops in Picardy, or Picardy, and attacking Champagne and seeing if I can take this territory. Then my deferred troops I will use to kind of bolster these areas here. So let's go ahead and do that and see if we can take Champagne. That sucks. Alright, that's better at least, and let's see if I can do one more roll. Okay, so we'll advance there. That is all I'm going to do this turn. So, Zamewine is who we beat, and we got Champagne, and now I'm going to be getting potentially 6 troops a turn if I can keep this territory, which is good. I'm doing alright for troop count. I'm not great. I will get 4 more at the end of this. I will be up to 30. Conquer Hero is doing 31, so we're about even with everybody on troop count. Yellow's got a lot of territory, but less troops. He did start with an advantage of getting a +1 every turn just by getting luck of the draw and getting this whole territory. And we'll see what happens. I am going to have to reinforce here just to make sure that yellow doesn't decide to attack me and conquer that. So I'm not going to assault anything else, so we'll end assaults. I'm going to take my deferred troops and put them in Champagne. And do we want to move anything around? Well, I want to take... No. You know what? No, I don't want to reinforce because Champagne is vulnerable to a bunch of territories, most notably these. He's got 10 troops here already, so if he really wanted to, he can attack into there. If he feels that I'm a threat, he might do that, and it's probably worth his while to break up this area. Well, maybe not. He might not attack for a little while, not until he's done conquering this, so maybe he'll leave me alone. So I'm just going to reinforce there and end my turn. And, well, actually I'm not going to reinforce it all. I'm just going to end my turn, and we'll see what happens next time. So, unfortunately, I only got another red. I was hoping for a blue spoil. I did get one that I own, so I have 2 reds that I own. And the spoils are escalating, so it's actually okay. Never mind, it doesn't matter if I get blue or whatever because they're escalating. So any turn in will get you 4 troops on the next turn in, and then 6, and then 8, and so on. So you just want to make sure you're not the first one turning in troops. Or you could be the first one if you're doing okay, and then make up for it by turning in the last one. Basically, you want to be the last person turning in for the most amount of troops that you can use to eliminate somebody and hopefully get their cards and start a snowball effect where you get everybody out. Anyways, I'm going to put a break right here, and when we come back, it's going to be the next round, and we'll see how we do. Hey folks, welcome back. It's round 5 in France. That's home of Pepe Le Pew and French Toast, and we are doing alright. I took this territory up here last turn. I don't actually know what this is, but there's Artois, Picardy, Champagne, Flanders, stupid Flanders, and Normandy. And let's see what happens. Since I went, yellow went, attack green at Saint-Tung from Gwyn. I have no idea. It's down here, this thing. Red attacked Provence from Daphne, which is here. I don't know how Fred felt about that. And green then is doing shit up in the middle here, which I don't know what the hell green's trying to do. But green's just kind of, I don't know. Whatever green is trying to do, he's doing it in the middle. So my turn is next, and I think what I'm going to do is just get an extra spoil. So I might put a couple of troops here, or maybe a couple of troops here, just to see if I can pick off one of these ones. And then I might reinforce this by one over here. So let's begin our turn. I'm getting 6 troops this turn, which is good. So let's put one in Normandy, right there. We'll put one in Isle de France. I'll keep this at 8 for now, because no point in getting yellow riled up. He's concentrating down here, so I'll let him be. And I'm going to put the rest of my troops. You know what? Let's put them in Anus here. Anus? No, we'll call it Anus. And let's attack green up here, Patois. So let's assault. There we go. And no need to transfer troops. I'm going to do advance 0. I'm just going to keep those troops there and end my assault. So what does this do? Well, it creates a little bit of a barricade for yellow. So if he thinks he's going to have an easy time taking this, he'll at least have to go through these troops of mine. I don't necessarily like putting my troops in harm's way, but sometimes if it'll slow yellow down, he already has a territory here, and he doesn't need +4. Red, of course, is making good progress over here. And if he really wants to, he can take this out, but he'll have to go through green's 4 and then these 3. So he's got a little bit of work ahead of him. Again, I have no idea what the hell green is trying to do. I'm sure it's hard to tell because he is he's well ranked. So if he is trying to do something, I mean, I'm thinking he's got a plan, but it seems like he's just kind of all over the place. We'll see. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to end assaults. And I'm not going to transfer troops anywhere. So we're going to end reinforcement. And that's it. So I've got enough for a turn-in if I want. And it actually might be worth my while to do the turn-in. Even though I'm not going to get that many troops, I'm going to get the minimum amount. And it's escalating, so it goes up after every turn-in. Because I own these territories, Picardy, Normandy there, I'll get +2 on those. So, it's not too bad. Where is Limousine? Limousine is... I have no idea where that is. Because I'm thinking if I can get that... Oh, he's got 12 there, so there's no way I'm getting that easily. If I could get that territory, I could get another +2. So I would only get 4, but I would also get 2 and 2, so I would get a total of 8 extra troops, which could be worth it. So I'm thinking it might be worth for me to do the turn-in before I lose these territories, but we'll see. If I can, I am 1 spoil behind everyone, so I could actually wait for all of these guys to go and then do the turn-in. We'll play it by ear, see if I need to, and that is the end of round number whatever it was. Thanks guys, and keep on tuning in for the next round.